Hey you guys, how's it going? I just want to check in this week, trying to get on here live with you guys every 2 weeks so I can answer your questions. And I don't think anybody in the private group of training had any questions. So I'm just going to talk today about training and sort of we've gone through a lot of topics. The thing about run training is that it's very dynamic. It's very fluid because week to week you're building and you're growing and you're getting faster and you're getting stronger and you're going longer. So the content just kind of flows, and I don't want you guys to miss out on why you're doing what you're doing and why the programs are created the way they are. I don't even talk a ton about them. I just give you the workouts. I don't really tell you why or what a whole lot. They're just good programs. If you put the work in there and you have me to sort of go back and forth within the group to celebrate all your successes, you just get stronger, right? Like that's how the body works. When you push it, you rest it, you do some core training, I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. You do some HIIT training, some cross training stuff. You take some rest days, you eat some good food. Like your body is going to adapt, and you guys are starting to feel yourselves get stronger now. I'm seeing this always happens around this time, week sort of 9, 10, 11. People are all of a sudden starting to feel the effects, right? You're feeling faster, you're feeling stronger, you're feeling more energized, you're feeling better, you're smiling, you're enjoying your workouts in a way maybe you never have before because you're being consistent and you're feeling the results of them, which is incredible, you guys. I love seeing you through to this point. It's my favorite part of the program. I don't do before and after photos. I don't even do before and after times because I don't like when people aren't when they're not excited about their progress. They're not proud because it's not shown in the data, shown in the numbers, because the numbers don't always reflect the hard work that you've been putting in, even though a lot of you are seeing the numbers on the scale go down and on your speeds and your distances go up. But I don't measure them outright because I know that life gets busy, and the most important thing about these programs is that you stick with it. You don't totally quit on yourself in these programs. So you are getting faster, and I can see it in your smiles and in your posts and in your confidence that's building. I feel that energy right through the computer, which is why I do these programs. It's why I love them. It's why I love runners. We're not just going to the gym and doing random things, right? We're not just doing HIIT workouts in our basement to the computer, doing random things. Like what we're doing has focus and structure and planning, and you are getting, every step is building on the next step to make you a faster, stronger, fitter runner, happier runner, right? And that feels amazing. So the components of training, we're just gonna kind of review today, just as a reminder, right? Like distance. Of course, if you want to become a runner, you need to run, that's for sure. But you also need to do strength training. So those HIIT workouts I gave you are all that you need. They are runner focused, they're dynamic, which means you need to coordinate your breath with your movement, with your core, all at the same time. They're full body, so you don't need to be sitting at the gym doing just a bicep curl because that's not super helpful or an effective use of your time, because I know that you're busy moms. You don't have an hour or 2 hours to work out at the gym. Each muscle set by itself. We need training to be functional, we need training to be dynamic, we need training to be smart, efficient, and timely, so we can fit it in, right? So that's the strength component. And again, strength is key for runners because as you're building your distances and as you're building your speeds, you need those muscles to be strong enough to support you, because when they're not and you increase your distances, your body's going to break down and you're going to get, those muscles are going to get tired, and that's when you start the shifting and the posture falls forward and the knees start to buckle in, and that's when you get the plantar fasciitis and the hip bursitis and the runner's knee, when you're not strong enough to handle the distances. Now your long run on the weekend, you're going to push yourself and you're going to feel it. Like I just ran 27K. I'm strong, but I felt that run, but now I'm going to pull back and I'm going to rest for a couple weeks. We'll talk about that right away as well, and the importance of that. So that's strength. That's why it's important. That's why I don't want you guys to skip it, even though as runners we do not like strength work, right? Like I don't really love strength work. I hate working out at my house. I hate working out in my basement, but it's super, super important if you want to run and stay injury free. A lot of runners can get started running and get that Couch to 5K app, and then they're going to be okay for a while. But if they ever try to push without that strength component, they're going to break down. I say it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So we're just reducing our risk massively and making sure that when we're crossing finish lines, we're crossing them strong and not dragging our asses over that finish line, because that is not the point. Awesome. Hey, Kelly. Awesome. I'm glad you guys, there's a few people on. That's awesome. Just say hi, you guys. I think Kay's on here too. Great. What else? Strength. So, and then we need rest days, right? Rest days are super key. So enjoy your rest days. Like, you don't have to work out 5 days a week every single day. Like, you can take rest days and you can enjoy them and don't feel guilty about them. Love them. Eat super good food. Drink lots of water. Prep for your next day. Give your body and your mind a break so that when that next workout comes, you are ready. You are full of energy. You've taken a day off. You've had a good time. And now you're going to push again. And when I say have a good time, it doesn't mean you sit on a couch all day and you eat cheesy perks, because that's not what we need to do on our days off. We still need to eat really good. We still need to drink lots of water. If you can move, play with your kids, go for a walk, go for a swim, like do something else, but you don't have to have a focused training program every day. I only work out, I'd say 4, maybe 5 days a week. I structured workout. And that's it. I don't work out every day. I don't want to work out every day. I've got other things to do, right? And I don't feel guilty about that. I used to feel guilty. I used to think, oh my God, if I'm not working out, I'm going to gain a couple pounds on that day. And that's like not true. all you do is stress yourself out about it, right? So enjoy those days off when they're in your calendar. Your programs are flexible. And then we do core work, right? Core work, super important postpartum. If anybody out there is listening and they're leaking when they're running, if they have that ab separation, if you lie on your back, lift your head up, stick your fingers between your belly button and feel that gap. If that gap is getting bigger, or if you can fit your whole hand in there, you're having pelvic pain, hip pain, back pain, you feel like stuff's falling out, you need to talk to me. You need to see a pelvic health physiotherapist. Running is hard on your body. So the core training workouts I give you guys every week, I repeat them every 4 weeks because it's not rocket science, this core work. It just needs to be done. It's slow, it's mindful. I always say you don't get, it doesn't get easier, you get stronger. So you can just do the exercises with a little bit more intensity or hold things for longer than you used to, but the general workouts and exercises are the same. And they're good because they connect your breath with your core, and it's dynamic. There's no crunches, there's no sit-ups, because those are not helpful. They're going to actually pull that discus recti apart. They're going to make everything worse. They're going to worsen your posture, so you don't need to do crunches. Side planks, wall push-ups, all kinds of things. Squats, that arm one where you have to move your arms really fast and keep your body still. Just so many things. If you're mindful of how you're connecting to your body and to your core and to your breath, that's all core work. I have not done a sit-up or a push-up for 6.5 years, and my abs are great, and so that's not what makes good core. That's not what gets you your flat stomach. Those crunches. It's connecting your breath to your core, putting your endurance work in, putting your strength in, building lean muscle mass, and learning how to control those muscles that go around your belly button, your obliques, your rectus abdominis, the internal ones under there, the ones on the back, the pelvic floor. They all work together, and when they're in sync with your breath and with your diaphragm, that's when you're going to connect to that core, which is going to, again, the point of the core is to be strong in the middle so you can move powerfully from your legs and powerfully from your arms to power your running through. It's the point of your core. It's not to do sit-ups and crunches. So keep up with those workouts and connect your core with your running, with all of your strength workouts. Your HIIT workouts are really core workouts too. They do the same thing if your brain is connected. And then some of you, when you're not a beginner, not doing that first K for the first time, have speed work. Speed work is so fun and so challenging. And when you're ready to push yourself and you've got that base fitness, that base strength, you can do speed work. go, and if you're not there yet, then you can walk it, right? Like go up a hill a few times. So every week in most of the programs, you've got a speed workout. So you want to do that once a week. So these are the components of your training program. And then there's your endurance builds, right? Like you might have one easy run during the week. You know, I'm training for a marathon. You guys, you half marathoners, you're not running a lot during the week. You're resting, you're recovering, you're building strength, you're building speed. And then on the weekends, you're going to put that long run in. It's easy, it's long. You do intervals, right? 12 and 1 intervals. I'm always preaching intervals. I don't think anyone should be running straight out. It's just too much risk of injury, and it's not fun that way unless that's how you thrive, then that's fine. I cannot run more than 12 minutes at a time. So you just do that. That's your one long weekend. That's the only workout that's going to really take you more than 30 or 40 minutes. So that's cool. Like training for 5, 10, and 21K can be done in a relatively short amount of time. So those are the physical components of training, right? And then we also in this program talk a lot about the mindset components, because you can't change anything here until you change the mindset and the belief that you have that you can do this, that you can fit in the time, that you are worth prioritizing for 30 minutes a day, because you are. And I know that that's the number one thing that holds people back, is that they don't have time. They don't have time, they don't have time, they don't have time, they don't have energy, right? Prioritize yourself. Lean into your running. We talk about mindful running all the time. That's what I want you guys to get out of this, is mindful running. It's not stressful to get out for your run. It's self-care. As moms who run, we are a unique group of people. We don't see running, and we shouldn't see running as punishment. We shouldn't see running as something that's taking away from our life, or as a chore, as another to-do list. If you're telling yourself, yes, I get to run tomorrow. Tomorrow's my run day. I can't wait to go for my run. Oh, I can't wait to do that long run on the weekend. I'm going to kill that run on the long weekend. If you're excited about it and you're telling yourself that and you're prioritizing yourself, I'm going to say it again, because you deserve to prioritize yourself for 30 minutes a day, maybe only 5 days a week. Sometimes that's all you can. But it's going to allow you to improve. It's going to allow you to feel better. It's going to allow you to clear your mind and feel amazing. And that's what's going to be the difference between if you started this program and you're still struggling to get started. It's freedom. Exactly. Running is freedom. It's my freedom. Sometimes I don't care. You know, I'm not feeling it. I'll just go and I'll walk more than I have to, but I get out. And Kelly, you're killing it, because I know you're busy. I know you've struggled, and I know, you know, you have all this stuff going on. You're transitioning back to work, but you're not stopping. You're not pressing pause. You just continue to take care of yourself. And I'll tell you guys that I'm 6 years out from my first baby now, and I'm finally feeling like myself. I have time. I'm running strong, but it wasn't always that way. It was always like those first years, it literally was about sanity. It was only about sanity. I got out for sanity, for freedom. That's it. Because if I didn't, I wasn't taking care of myself at all. And that I did that for like a very short period of time, and I did not like how that felt. I did not like where that was going to take me, and I knew where that was going to take me, and it was a very dark place mentally. I need to run, period. So that's what I do this for, you guys. So yeah, we talk about running and getting to race times and getting to races and all that stuff, but really it's about maintaining your sanity and about that mindset that you create around your running and your exercise and taking care of you. Like, this is your self-care, right? Along with eucalyptus in the shower, lavender at night in the diffuser. Those are my self-care tips. Those are my self-care. That's all I do for self-care. That's it. The rest of my time is taking care of my kids, growing my business so that I can move my family back to Costa Rica, and working my butt off. I work my butt off and every other second of the day. So that's it. What else do we talk about? Food. We talk about food. Food is the biggest struggle. Why is food such a struggle? Like, if you guys are there, hey, meal prepping while watching. Perfect. Food is like the biggest struggle, and I don't know why. I wish I could make it easier, you know? Like, I give you meal plans, and they're not meant for you to follow exactly, because nothing is made that way. It's for you to look at and start to think about, oh yeah, I have to plan my meals. It's just to help you be more mindful, give you some new ideas if you want some. I keep my food simple. I keep it real, I keep it nutritious, and I only have like a handful of recipes that I do. Sometimes I'll make something new. I eat out a lot, actually, because I'm not able to prep everything. But I make sure when I eat out that I'm eating out really, really good food and not going through drive-thrus and pizza and that kind of stuff. I'm very specific about what I eat when I go out. Just keeping that food real. That's like I've given you guys a bunch of tips. There's a great video. I hope you watched the interview I did with Karen, who's a registered dietitian down in California, and she's an eating expert, an eating disorders expert. She has some really great tips. And again, even eating is mindfulness, right? Like we need to just again treat ourselves with respect, and we know what makes us feel good and we know what makes us feel crappy. It's just like being consistently on with eating the stuff that makes us feel good. And sometimes we get lazy and we get tired and we think it doesn't matter, but when you eat that crappy food and your run feels really heavy and you waste all that energy feeling guilty for what you ate, like, is that worth it? Just keep it simple, keep it real, and be consistent with that. That's like all that really matters with nutrition. And as you master that, I mean, you don't need willpower, and it doesn't matter if you have a snack and you have a piece of cake or whatever, because you know that after that you're going to go back to eating the good stuff, right? So don't overcomplicate it. Keep it simple, and make sure that before you go for your run, you have some fuel in your body. That simple carbohydrate, banana, oats. I have those little I just buy them at the thrifties locally. They're dates and coconut. I grab 1 or 2 of those before I go for my workout. Lara bars, they're made with all real food. If you're on the go, they're perfect for before, after, right after a workout. So just do what you can. Make sure you're getting food in. You guys are pushing and pushing and pushing as a runner. You need nutrition. And there's years that I had terrible nutrition. I would think one of the biggest things I did that I changed, well, there's a few. One of them was drinking more water, less Diet Pepsi until the point I cut it out. More protein every day for breakfast, every lunch, every dinner, and sometimes snacks if I need to. And those were 2 big ones. Oh, and I stopped grazing. I stopped grazing off my kids' plates. There was years where I just grazed off my kids' plates. I never fed myself other than that. I just grazed off my kids' plates. And that was not helpful because I was totally depleted in nutrition, but I never allowed myself to feel hungry, to tune into those internal cues, because I just was always grazing. So I was always kind of eating stuff like the crusts of toast, maybe a little bit of jam on them. Like, that's not nutrition. Again, fuel a running body and get fit off of that. So I changed that to making sure I ate a breakfast every day. Literally, I eat 2 hard-boiled eggs and toast with coconut oil or avocado every single morning. It's all I eat. I don't make it fancy. I don't do anything else. It's just it. I boil eggs and I go. Sometimes I eat them at work. If I was at the office, I didn't even have time to eat them at home, but I made sure at work I always had like a loaf of bread and my coconut oil, or my almond butter I would often have as well. So simple things. Keep it simple. Increase your healthy fibers. It's life-changing, right? Like, just simple things. Great. Perfect. So that's meal prep. So we've kind of gone through all of that stuff, you guys, in this program so far. The last couple weeks of this sort of session, I mean, we're going to keep going because I've got all kinds of stuff for you guys. We're going to talk a little bit about periodization and what that means for runners, because we can't always be in building training season. We've got to also rest and recover, which is why I build these into 3-month sessions. I say that I'm always in training, so it's 3 months of training, then I pull back, and then I push forward, and I'm always in training. So it depends where your race is and stuff, so we'll just talk about it, and I don't know where you are in your race, but just so that you know, when you do train and anyways, we'll talk about that next time. This week we're talking a little bit about nature therapy and running, and just the power of nature and what it can do for our mental health. And that is why running also has that effect on your mental health. So if you're stuck in the winter and you can't get outside, get on the treadmill, move your body, because that's going to bring about that mental clarity that we need for emotional health. And so does getting outside. So even a prairie winter can be gorgeous to get outside. When I lived in the prairies the last time, I never ran in the winter until I had kids and I needed to get outside, and I would get fully bundled, -50, head to toe bundled outside. I still would feel amazing because I would run and I would be slow and I would tune in to the world around me. Eventually I took my balaclava off. I take in some big gasps of air, and it felt crisp, and I felt alive, and it's amazing. And that is why I run. Again, why I do not do Beachbody workouts in my basement. I just have no patience for that, because it's not about the workouts, it's not about the weight, it's about getting outside and feeling alive and free. So get outside, you guys, this week. I don't care where you are, be safe, but get outside. I used to love running down the prairies. I used to love running down the frozen river trail. I freaking loved it. Like, it was beautiful. So even if you're in the prairies and you're not on the BC coast like Kelly and I am, where it is stunning and the daffodils are up, I'm sorry, but this place is gorgeous. I don't live here by accident. I planted myself here on purpose. But get outside wherever you are and appreciate the nature that you have, because the snow is beautiful. Everything being outside is beautiful. The birds might be chirping and stuff might be melting, and just enjoy it and love it and appreciate it and have gratitude for it, and get outside and take some big breaths of fresh air under the big sky. That's going to make you feel amazing. And I am going to give away, I think, cedarwood, one of my favorite oils for grounding, because that's again why I love essential oils like frankincense, Douglas fir, cedarwood, white fir. Like, those oils, the aromatherapy of them, I'll use in my diffuser at night on days I can't get out, or just at the end of the day, because you can't always run to get to those feelings, right? So I diffuse those at night, and I close my eyes and feel like I'm deep in a BC temperate rainforest, and it just brings this calm feeling. And that's the power of all of this: nature, aromatherapy, running. It's why I do it, it's why I love it, it's why I teach it to you guys, to connect, because we all need to have some kind of power and control over our emotions, because it's such a massive part of our health, and something as women that we really struggle with. So not one thing is going to make your life totally complete and better, but if you have a coping mechanism to help you get through whatever it is you're dealing with, and it's something that you can control and something that you can do to make you feel good, that's awesome. And that's what you need to do when you're doing at-home yoga. Some frankincense is amazing, or just the power of being able to sit down and do that yoga when you're feeling stressed at night is very, very powerful. So that's what we're talking about this week, the power of nature. So get outside, you guys, post your pictures. I'm going to give one of those away at the end of the week. So I hope this was helpful. I hope that you take the time to listen. If you're on the replay, that's awesome. Just comment below, let me know you're here, and again, let me know any questions. If you guys ever want to hop on a Skype call one-on-one, I'm here for you guys. This is what I do. I have some changes coming with Running Moms. I'm working on a membership site to help keep the content a little bit more organized. I don't have to be sending you out so many emails. I am going to consolidate the emails from Wednesday and Sunday to just one email with everything that you need for the week ahead. And I think I'm going to combine all of the separate VIP groups I have, because I feel like the other groups are, like, everyone's missing out when the comments are all over the place, and some of the groups aren't, when they're new, they're not as active, so they're not getting the benefit of the full tribal experience of Running Moms, because that's what this is. This is a tribe. This is your community of like-minded people. This is what keeps you taking care of you. It keeps you on top of your game, because you're constantly being reminded, and these shiny, happy, sweaty selfies keep popping up in your newsfeed. And I know that maybe it's annoying, and maybe you feel overwhelmed, and maybe you feel like you're behind, but that's motivation. That's keeping it top of mind. It's keeping you thinking about your running. It's keeping you thinking about your food. It's keeping you thinking about taking care of yourself, and that is the power. So you need to keep your tribe close, and there's not a whole lot of tribes like this out there, you guys. So I'm here for you, and I'm going to consolidate some of that stuff coming up. I don't know when the membership site's going to be up. I'm a bit slow on the tech side, but we're working through it. So I'm excited about that, and I'll let you guys know as soon as that's ready. So thank you for all being here. I love, love, love these groups. I love, love, love leading you guys and helping you through this time of life. I really feel like my mission here is to really help moms bridge that gap between life after kids and living an inspired life again, because I know that can be dulled, or it can change, and it can be really hard. but that's kind of my goal, and running is our mode of transport to live that inspired, excited life again. And I'm seeing it in you guys. For those of you who've been with me for a while, I've seen you through some tough times. I watch you guys on Facebook and I see it coming, and then now I see you guys doing amazing things and totally rocking it, and like, you've made it through, right? Like, you've made it through those tough days. Those days are really tough, and there's like a couple directions you can go, and if you keep digging into your self-care and into taking care of you, you're going to get through okay. You're going to get through fantastic. Okay, make some hard changes, take care of yourself, because no one else is taking care of us as mamas. And I know you guys are all out there working really, really hard for everybody else. So I'm here working hard for you. Have an awesome day, you guys.